What's good, fragrance lovers? Welcome back to my channel. Alright? What you're looking at right now is Calibre Park. One of the many beautiful parks in my neighborhood. Huge development. I think there's probably like 10 or 12 parks in this neighborhood. But yeah, so we're just gonna overlook the water here, and right now I'm gonna give you guys my top 20 longest lasting freshies in my collection. That's it, that's all. We're gonna get it started. This fragrance journey begins right now. Let's go. Alright, and we are back. Let's go ahead and start. This is coming out of the house of imaginary authors, and this is Every Storm a Serenade. Alright, really fresh, pretty long lasting. This is like a fresh seawater accord with some eucalyptus, vetiver, you know, green vetiver. Very nice fragrance right here, long lasting. I wear this a lot. As you can see, it's dented. All right, again, from the house of imaginary authors, Every Storm a Serenade. It's coming out of the house of Hermes, and this beauty right here is called Un Jardin en Méditerranée. Very nice fragrance right here, people. Really nice, fresh, clean. What you're talking here is a very green, very fresh, very citrusy, and a very pronounced pistachio note. So if you like all that, then you're gonna really love this one right here. This is a beauty right here. Un Jardin en Méditerranée from the house of Hermes. Coming out of the house of Amouage, and this, I'm telling you now, is one of, if not the most underrated fragrance in the entire house. This fresh beauty is Seal Man. Oh my God, very underrated, flies under the radar. You never hear people talking about this, at least not hardly. This is another green vetiver, fresh roses and fresh lavender. Lasts really long on the skin, and it's just an absolute stunner of a fragrance. Okay, Seal from the house of Amouage. Is pretty popular, and it is coming out of the house of Byredo. Bal d'Afrique. What you have in this beauty right here, tangy blackcurrant, a lot of citrus, violets, and vetiver to give it that fresh green vibe. It is amazing, very long lasting. A lot of people think this smells like Hermes's vetiver tonka. Yeah, I kind of get that, but this I think is a longer lasting version. Bal d'Afrique from Byredo. This is coming out of the house of a Lab on Fire. Another one you almost never hear about. This beauty right here, Liquid Night. Absolutely amazing. Fresh is all that, and very long lasting on the skin. With this one here, you're talking about a citrus lavender and a sage and saffron as well. Very, very nice fragrance right here. Very long lasting on the skin. It is a beast. Liquid Night, a Lab on Fire. A fragrance that made a lot of noise in the community back in the day, but it seemed to have petered out for some reason. A lot of people made a comparison to Limau. Meh. Boom, from the house of Amouage. This is Reflection Man. Now, what you're gonna get from this one, in case you don't know it, pimentos, roses, and obviously green notes. Very, very nice, long lasting on the skin, and it smells flippin' fantastic. Beautiful fresh fragrance right here. Okay, once again, Reflection from the house of Amouage. Moving on. Philistine is one of my most talked about citrus fragrances. It is a freshie, and it is an absolute beauty at that. Very long lasting on the skin. From the house of Mancera, this is Sicily. Oh my God. I rave about this on several videos on my channel. Freshly picked and subsequently sliced cool fruits. What you have here, it's kind of like this is if you know, look at it this way. If you go and pick some fresh fruits right off the friggin' vines, the trees, whatever, bring them home, put them in the refrigerator, they're gonna get cool, obviously. A few hours, you take them out of the refrigerator, you slice them open. Fresh, cool fruits is what you have here. Excellent fragrance, long lasting on the skin, absolutely fantastic. Sicily from the house of Mancera. Oh my God, if you haven't tried this, do so. This is another absolute stunner. And just look at that bottle. This is called Number One, or the Number One. I mean, yeah, just look at it. What you have right here is a freshly sliced open, ripened green apples. All right, I mean, absolutely fantastic. You're gonna have green apples and plum that dominate this fresh beauty right here. The Number One from the house of M. Micallef. Lipstick vibe. Now I'm sure you know what I'm gonna talk about. From the house of Dior. Boom. Dior Homme. Absolutely, I mean, I don't have to say anything about this fragrance, because if you know anything about fragrances, you know what this is. All right, you've smelled it before, you know it. All right, citrus, sage, vetiver, and obviously that lipstick vibe that we've all grown to know and love. From the house of Dior, once again, Dior Homme. Moving on. Coming out of the house of Mancera, Oud Blue Notes is the name of this beauty right here. All right, fresh monster, absolute monstrous on the skin. All right, what you have right here is basically fresh fruits, fresh citruses, and obviously green notes. You're gonna have that a lot in this lineup because that's what it is, all about freshness. This is a really, really sexy, fresh fragrance, and it lasts all damn day. Oud Blue Notes, Mancera. Moving on. Once again, coming out of the house of Mancera. You don't hear a lot about this one. I'm just going to unscrew the cap and sniff it. Holy smoke, man. Oh, God, this is beautiful. Oud Violet. Man, if you've not tried this, you are missing out on one hell of a sexy, fresh fragrance right here. I get very little oud out of this. I do get some, but it's not a wicked lot. But mostly this is all about freshness, man. All about freshness, right? Violet and citruses, and that's basically the lion's share of the accords you're going to get here. Again, all day long this lasts on your skin. Oud Violet, Mancera. Moving on. The next spot is coming out of the house of Alain Parfum, and this one is called Vol d'Hirondelle. Vol d'Hirondelle. With this one here, another fresh beauty, you're gonna get citruses and green notes. Done. That's all you need. Very long lasting on the skin. Trust me when I tell you this. This is a really long lasting freshie, and it smells flippin' fantastic. Vol d'Hirondelle from the house of Alain Parfum. Next. Next, some people might challenge me on this being a freshie. Trust me, it is. This one's coming out of the house of Byredo. Don't let the name fool you. Oud Immortel, it is a fresh fragrance. Trust me on that one. Fresh lemony zest right here, people. And that limoncello note. Oh boy. And it lasts the bomb on your skin, brother. I'm telling you, you're going to have to scrub really hard to get this off. A fresh, lemony, like I said, zesty, beautiful fragrance right here. Oud Immortel from the house of Byredo. Moving on. Next up, from the house of Jo Malone. wicked long lasting. Boom. Pomegranate Noir. Holy smoke. This is a fresh fruit bomb right here. Raspberries, plums, watermelon, and obviously you're gonna have the pomegranate and rhubarb. Very fresh, very green, very long lasting. Pomegranate Noir, Jo Malone. Moving on. And once again, coming out of the house of Byredo. Everybody knows about this beauty right here. This is Pulp. Look at that, huh? Now, a lot of people may argue that rotting, over-ripened fruit is not really fresh. But I think that the apple and the black currant and the citruses say otherwise. This is fantastic. Very long-lasting, okay? I challenge some hardcore amber scents to be as long-lasting as this. Pulp from the house of Byredo. Excellent freshie right here. Moving on. Number 5 is an absolute monster. Absolute freaking monster. Once you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. From the house of Bond Number 9, Bleecker Street. Holy, I can't drop expletives. Let me tell you about this one. Violet accord, blueberries, and obviously green notes. The length of time it lasts on your skin is absolutely nothing short of phenomenal. Very old school. You don't hear a lot about it anymore, but this is one heck of a beautiful, fresh fragrance. Bond Number 9's Bleecker Street. Next. This next beauty flies way under the radar. Not a lot of people talk about it. They used to back in the day. This is a special one, and I'm going to tell you why. Coming out of the house of Bois 1920, Sushi Imperial. The reason why I say that is because it is an EDT, okay? And it literally blows away some XDPs that I have in terms of potency and length of time on your skin. What you have right here in this beauty is really fresh citruses, roses, and spices. Again, just an absolute phenomenal fragrance. The lasting power, ridiculous. Sushi Imperial. Moving on. Alright, next up, this is coming out of the house of Tom Ford, Grey Vetiver. And the name says it all. I mean, it's just hardcore green vetiver. Alright, and you know, doesn't really get any greener than this, people. Alright, hardcore green in Grey Vetiver. Alright, we are moving on. This one is coming out of the house of, well, let me put it this way before I introduce you to it. This is not only not a niche fragrance, it's not even really a designer fragrance. This is what I like to call a cheapo. But it blows away so many of the, you know, quote-unquote long-lasting niche fragrances, even in my collection. This is coming out of the house of Alfred Sung Om. I mean, when you want to talk about long-lasting freshies, brother, I mean, this is it right here. All right, this is by far the most aldehydic fragrance I have ever sniffed. All right, certainly, again, in my collection, this one is a spot-on take out of the fresh out of the shower clean with a cornucopia of green, fresh floral notes. A cheapie. You can get this for like 20, 25 bucks. Maybe even less. From the house of Alfred Sung Om. Beautiful fragrance right here. And very long lasting. Alright, next up we moved on to the number 1 longest lasting freshy fragrance in my entire collection. And that, my friends, is this beauty right here. Coming out of the house of Profumum Roma. Bang. Aqua Nobilis. People, again, when it comes to fresh fragrances, a lot of people will tell you that they don't last very long. Any one of the fragrances in this lineup is going to fly in the face of that assumption. Aqua Nobilis is it is nuclear. absolutely freaking nuclear. Basically, this is going to give even Grey Vetiver a run for its money when you're talking about greenness. Lasting power, completely off the charts, very aquatic, a green powerhouse. This is the longest lasting, most powerful fresh fragrance in my entire collection. Once again, from the house of Parfumeur, Aqua Nobilis. And that is it. I'm out of here. My next review is soon. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.